Given the opportunity to send their loved ones to safety, it is no wonder that Ukrainian families are living apart. And while the pain of that is no doubt immeasurable, today there was a little bit of good news for Ina Sovson and her family. This week, she made the decision to briefly leave the city to see her son, Martin. And today she shared this picture. When a 2-day curfew was announced in Kyiv, I took it as a sign that I need to go see my son in Western Ukraine. After all, I needed to check if he's doing his maths. Joining us now, Ina Sovson. She's a member of the Ukrainian parliament. We have many matters to discuss, and we're so grateful that you're back with us. But the most important question is, has Martin been doing his math?
Well, it was time for me to come to make sure that he's doing more. So there are issues that we needed to discuss.
Well said.
Yeah.
That is a good answer from a mother, bearing in mind that you don't want to disclose, we don't want to disclose where you are. But can you describe some of the things that you saw as you journeyed west from Kyiv to reunite with your son? What was it like before you left, and what did you see on the way?
So in order to travel to the Western Ukraine, I took a train. Now all the trains are free. So you just get to the train station, you take the train, and you ask, like, can I get in? You get in. The trains are overcrowded, but not as they were about 2 weeks ago. They don't give you a precise schedule. They just tell you, like, we can be in this city at around this time, but we can be 1 to 2 hours late. And there are many people who are trying to evacuate fully. So there were many people with the bags and cats and dogs and all. And on some station, there was the nice part of the journey. The train conductors came to people and said, like, do you want something to eat? And people were not sure if they should pay or not. And then they said, these are from volunteers who just given food to people traveling to the West. So that was a very sad journey, because I could see many people were just fleeing. There was a couple from Kharkiv that I was traveling close to, people from Kyiv Oblast that were trying to escape to some parts of Western Ukraine. So that is the story as it is. And then when I came to the Western Ukraine, it is safer than it is in other parts of Ukraine, but they're still getting the sirens here. So Martin, my son, he saw me, he hugged me, and then he said, oh, Mom, I'm going to tell you a hilarious story. And I was like, okay, go on. And he said, like, yesterday we were playing after school. He has online school now. We decided to go outside, and we were putting on our clothes. It took us a while to get ready, so on and so forth. And the very second we get out of the door, we hear the sirens, and we have to go back to the bunker.
Oh.
And he was thinking that this is funny because like this happened the very second they went outside. But I heard that and I thought, like, oh my gosh, I so much hate Putin for the very fact that my son now knows, like, then when you hear a siren, you have to go back inside and get into the bunker.
I do want to get your reaction to the news of your hometown of Kharkiv, where Russian forces are continuing to bomb the area. They've caused a fire at one of those largest street markets, which I'm sure you're familiar with. Are you hearing from friends and family in eastern Ukraine who are really suffering this bombardment?
This large market that you're referring to, actually, my dad worked at that market till 2014 when they moved to Kyiv and Kyiv region. So I know that place so very well. It's literally one hugest street markets in Europe, I believe. It's a workplace for many people. It employed many people in Kharkiv, and it's just one of the new attacks in the Kyiv. In Kharkiv. My parents don't live there anymore, but of course we do have many friends and family members there. And I was talking to my mom recently and asked her, like, have you been in touch with those people and those people? And the majority of people left the city to go, like, in Kharkiv region, somewhere in smaller villages and all. And we had some family member who's distant relative, let's put it this way, it's complicated, but who was Russian. She was ethnically Russian. She had family in Russia, and she was always, like, very pro-Russian. She was always claiming that, we need to be closer with Russia. Those are our friends, our brothers, and I don't understand what is the whole fuss about. And now she's in the city being bombarded, and apparently her whole view of world and her understanding of world just blew up the very first moment that they heard the bombs exploding in Kharkiv. And she's extremely confused right now, but now she's not saying that Russians are our friends anymore, just like many other people. I heard another story, again, friend of a friend situation, who was, again, very pro-Russian. He now joined the territorial defense and is ready to fight for the city. So those bombardments, they actually changed the understanding of the situation and the geopolitics in Kharkiv so rapidly. Like, this is one of the most patriotic and pro-Ukrainian city in Ukraine right now.